Hello my friends, we're back in the range again with the last step of the core 4. This is the 2 reload 2. So the way it's written in the test, the 2 reload 2 is performed at 7 yards. This target is either a USPSA target or an approved IDPA USPSA style target. And the steps to the exercise, of course, are in the name. We're going to draw the gun and fire 2. We're going to hit a speed reload and we're going to fire 2. The key difference between a speed reload and emergency reload is the emergency reload means my gun's a slide lock or the gun is empty, so I have to reload the gun and close the slide or rechamber another round. The speed reload, all we're doing is putting a fresh source of ammo in the gun, and I don't care about retaining it, so a loaded magazine is going to be hitting the floor. I hope you're okay with it. So one of the elephants in the room when we talk about reloads is, first off, the fact that there's many ways to perform them, and there's many schools of thought and different methodologies to achieve that. Some people really prefer to have the gun up in their workspace, and what this allows you to do is keep your eyes on target. Meanwhile, performance-based shooters or a lot of competitors or dudes who shoot fast, you see them drop the gun because they're relaxed and the gun's going to get a little closer to the belt line, making the range of motion a little bit shorter from the magazine pouch to the magazine well. This is something that I'm very curious about. I'm genuinely interested, is there a pro or a con when we look at the numbers based on the different types of reloads? So today we're going to play with that a little bit. I'm going to try some that are a little bit higher up, more in the workspace type area, and then there's going to be some that are going to be closer to the mag pouch or more of a relaxed posture, and we're going to see what the pros and cons are. The key thing to remember, I don't care which one you use. As long as you perform the exercise, you can do it efficiently and you can do it safely. That's all that matters. So let's take just a second and discuss the reload and ways to practice them safely. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my M&P and I'm going to make sure that the gun is empty. So I have no magazine in the gun, slides locked open to the rear. I visually and physically confirm my chamber is empty. We can now use this gun for training, but I'm still going to keep it pointed in the correct direction. So all I'm going to do here, I want to isolate the reload. So I'm going to have the gun at extension, finger prepped on the trigger, and I see my dot, I'm ready to shoot. So I'm just going to give myself a go signal. My finger comes off the trigger as I simultaneously press the magazine release button. My support hand goes and retrieves the source of ammunition, and if I wanted to keep the gun high, then I can glance at the mag well, I can insert the magazine firmly, reassemble my grip, extend, prep, and press. So now let's try the other one. I see the dot, finger prepped on the trigger. Finger comes off the trigger, simultaneously press the magazine release as my support hand grabs the ammo, it's a little bit lower, and the dot comes back in. Okay, so let's check out the micro drill one more time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the gun out, fingers on the trigger, dot is on target, I'm ready to shoot if I was going to. Okay, so let's try bringing the mag well closer to the belt and see what that does. Interesting. So I'm seeing a visual pathway here. I kind of like bringing the gun a little tighter. I'm somewhere in between. Imagine that. Okay. So we've had a couple dry swings at it. I'm feeling warmed up. I'm feeling ready to go. So I think it's time we gas it up and see how we print on paper as well as the timer. So this is a performance mode exercise, which means I'm held accountable for my accuracy and my speed. And I'm going to take my time and make sure that I'm ready to shoot. And I'm going to turn the target camera on so I don't forget. So first thing, I'm going to load and make ready and make sure that I am good to go. Fresh mags in the gun, around the chamber, put it away. And I am back to shooting the Smith & Wesson M&P. I know boss is happy to hear that. All right, so I'm going to draw, fire 2, reload, fire 2. All right, with a regrab on the concealment garment in a 385. The draw was a 108 with a 17 split. Reload was a 242 with an 18 split. So looking at that, I can tell you where my time is. If I refine my grasp on the concealment garment or the shirt, I will clean that up pretty well. I'm happy with the accuracy. That tells me I can open up a little bit. So I'm going to use that as an opportunity to learn from it. So what happened was I got on top of the magazine, and when I went to clear the garment, my hand never left the back of the magazine, so I trapped it. So then I had to go back and grab it again. So I'm gonna make sure that I deliberately clear the garment in order to get a good seat and a firm grasp on the magazine. So that's going into my new program. So I can see what's happening, I can see the fix, but I have to visualize the entire event. I can't just focus on the one mistake, you have to do the whole thing. So let's see how it pays off. Okay, so we fixed the error, but then I had a different error in a 385 again. That was a 111 draw with a 17 split, a 240 reload, and a 17 split. So what happened on that one was I brought a piece of my shirt with me. It tagged along for the ride because I was hanging on to it. So it's an improvement, but it's a marginal improvement. So I need to, again, refine the amount of movement that I'm taking to reveal the magazine to get a grip on it so I only get the magazine. So real quick, I'm going to take this opportunity to do a micro drill. I want to isolate that and see if I can shake out what's happening. So I'm going to take the draw out, I'm going to take the shooting out of it. All I'm going to do is initiate the reload. That's better. All right, let's get one more chance to reinstall the program. 3 points make a pattern. This one I'm going to use a beep to initiate the reload, but I'm not going to fire the gun. There we go. So I found the issue, I've isolated it, and now I've taken steps to correct it. Let's see how it helps. Okay, accuracy is still much better in a 345. So we're under the 3.5 par time. That makes me happy. And it seems like we've taken another step to correcting the issue, but I'm gonna give myself a couple more reps to really hit it clean. So 112 on the draw, 17 split, a 199 reload, and a 17 split. I'd buy that for $1.
$1.99, I'd buy that for $1.
Hey, we were in the same math class. All right.
Hey, I didn't say I was any better. I cheated off your test.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that's why I failed.
Okay, that one felt a lot better, and it was a lot better. It's a 322. So 113 on the draw, so there's a tenth of confirmation in there because I'm really verifying alphas. 18 split, 170 reload, and a 21 split. So the 21 was actually a correction. So the reload happened, the first shot, I saw the impact, my dot rose, and it kind of torqued slightly to my left. So my support hand is getting a little bit lazy because now it's doing a lot of work. So I'm going to use that now to reprogram and make sure that this is turned on the whole time. If I can keep it under 330, I'm pretty happy with that. So that was a little rowdy. In a 281, okay, so the draw to first shot, we can see where the Charlie is. That was my vision. I thought my dot was closer to the line. I thought it may have been a line break, but I wanted to gas it and see what was going to happen. So I was able to correct it mid-flight for the second shot, and then after the reload, we were super clean after that because the gun's already extended. So that was a 94 draw, 16 split, a 155 reload, and a 16 split. And that's pretty raw speed for me. I had just enough confirmation just to see what I thought I needed to see. If I had taken a tenth to confirm, that would have been all clean. So here's the thing. Doing that with 281, I'm okay with that Charlie if this were competition. I'm okay with that because my hit factor is going to make up because the speed was there as well as moderate accuracy. All right. I'm going to give myself one more to end good. All right, in a 308. So not quite the super spicy 281 that we just had, but I'm still happy with that because it was all clean. So that was a 106 draw with a 16 split, a 171 reload, and a 15 split. I love this gun. So now we've established a handful of metrics. We've been throwing a whole lot of numbers at it. And I just want to take a chance and use the rest of my remaining ammunition for some good practice. And for those of you who are coming into the range and shooting these exercises, give yourself a handful of metrics, write them down, and then use that to create like an average of sorts. And then use the rest of your time or the rest of your available ammo for that practice session and just practice. There's a huge benefit that's in just shooting. That's where I find the joy in this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the rest of my ammunition, which probably isn't much at this point, and I'm just gonna shoot 2 reload 2 until I'm out of ammunition. .333 with 1 Charlie, 109 draw, 17 split, 191 reload, and a 16 split. And I think this is the last of my ammo. All right, with 1 Charlie in a 383 with a jacked up reload, 124 in the draw, 14 split, 229 draw with a sharp grab, and 16 split. All right, so I'm coming up to the end of my practice session, and I've experimented a bit in speed mode, a bit in accuracy mode, and now before I leave the range, I need to make sure that I'm back in performance mode or match mode. So I'm putting myself back in it. We can see where the hits are outside the alpha. I'm gonna do my best to keep them inside. I'm gonna do the 2 reload 2 with the rest of my ammo, and we're gonna see how my programming and my corrections are seated. Okay, we're clean. In a 375, 140 with a correction, draw 17, 2-second reload with a correction, and the 18. So my corrections are coming from the left to the right, so that tells me my support hand is slacking up again. This is something I constantly have to keep tabs on, but I've learned that and I've earned it through training. So my question for you, do you know what you need to work on? For me, it's reloads. This is probably my weakest skill with a handgun. So you're gonna see me doing a little bit more practice on the reload, whether it's the Billy Willy, whether it's 2 reload 2, or other types of exercises that incorporate reloads. Competition, you see a ton of reloads, and for competitors, this is an effective and a very important skill. If you guys have any questions about our training program, if you'd like to get involved with us, we have Applied Pistol coming up on May 6th. We have P3 on April 22nd, and June 24th, we have a chance for you to run Applied Pistol. If you guys have any questions, reach out to the link tree. We'll be happy to get you guys started. My name is Getty. Be safe.
All right.